Today is Saturday, the 16th day of April 2016, and as usual I am here with you at the Argyle airport site, bringing to you the latest update of the progress of the work done here on the site so far over the past week since I last visited this site. About 2 weeks ago I told you about the road that will be coming in here just below the Casablanca building, right on our left here. Now 2 weeks after, this is what we have taken place here. They have now cut out the area where the road is going to pass here to take you back down onto the southernmost end of the Argyle airport site. This road will be taking you to the Warwick Beach and the other areas down there, Mount Pleasant, so forth. Now for the people who are coming from the leeward side, when you get to this point here, here is where you're going to turn off. If you're going to Warwick, this is where you're going to turn off. Travel all the way down on the southern end of the airport and back all the way over where we have the stone crushing plant and on your way to Warwick. So this is just to give you an idea as to where the road is and the work so far here at the entrance area just below the Casablanca building, where we're going to have that permanent access road to Warwick from the south of the airport site. This is the pathway that the road has actually taken or will be taken, and I am traveling to the site to give you an idea as to where the road is going to be. The road is on the edge of the land here, as you can see where we have all those stakes there. The road will be coming out all the way here. So they have just marked out the area. We have a lot of stakes here on the side, and I am going to go across and you're going to see where I'm going to end out, because I'm walking in the same pathway where we're going to have the road. This is one of the routes I used to use to get to the site earlier, but since they have dug the bank up there, which left a steep area to get down, I choose a different route. But now that they have actually cut out the road here, I can use this route from the south to get onto the site in a matter of a few minutes. So now you're seeing where they cut out the bank area here right in front of us. All the way up about 2 weeks ago, this was not so. And remember, I came across here and show you where we have stakes, and I told you where you see stakes, there is going to be some sort of earthworks taking place. Now, there you're seeing the earthworks. And here we are in the area where we are going to have the approach light. Actually, I'm further up to the north, and if you can look, see closely down at the edge down there, we have where they have already installed about 10 of the 12 lights that they're going to put on. Now here we are closer to the lights. Actually, these are the approach lights, and from my right we have 5 of them apart from each other, and the distance apart seems to look the same. But as we get to the 6th and the 7th one, we see that there is a difference. Now that big space you're seeing between there, where we have this one in the center and that broad space, in opposed to, you see how the spaces here are much narrower. The one right there in the center is the center of the runway. I hope you can understand what I'm talking about. This center one is lining up with the center of the runway itself, so that an aircraft coming in will position itself over this center light here, because this center light is the guide to where we have the center of the runway. In all, from what I'm seeing, there are supposed to be 11. 5 on one side, 5 on the other side, and this one here in the center. Based on the yellow foundation, the yellow fitting that I'm seeing, I am seeing 11. So here we are, and as you can see, the approach lights are in position, and already on this side there are 11 of them, mind you. On this side we have already had the installation here of the stay for the lights. This is we call it the anchoring of the light here, and that, as you can already see, these cables connecting to that is going to secure the lights, to make sure that they are kept in position. Well, already on this side, on the side towards the sea, we have the anchors already in position, and over here on the side towards the land side, we have the holes already dug, and there is a hole to every pole, so one on either side, one anchor on either side of the pole, to keep these poles steady when they are in full operation. A couple of weeks ago when I passed here, all we were seeing was the boxing for the foundation. But now today I am back. This was done over the past week, because I would have seen photographs of them here, but they were not done last week. Sometime in this week here, all of these lights were put into position. You see these yellow caps we have 11 of them, so that means we have 11 lights here at the area of the approach lights. And on the side over here, this one is left to be installed. It has not been installed as yet, but all the others have been installed. So for those of you who are wondering what is taking place, and you would have heard about the approach lights, this area where these lights are located, this is an area that has been reclaimed. This is land that has been reclaimed to avoid them having to put these lights out at sea, so that when it comes to maintenance, they will have to go out to the sea to do the maintenance. Now they are on land, so making it easier for the guys who have to do the maintenance to have access to them. How this area is going to be protected, I am not sure. If it's going to be fenced, because someone asked me how they're going to protect this area, and I just can't say yet, but we're going to watch and see. So now you see the lights up there in position. There is one of them turning towards the sea, so the aircraft, as they come in, you know, they are going to use these lights as the guide as they line up with the center of the airport. So this is what we have down here at the southernmost end, the end overlooking the Stubbs Bay. And here is the Stubbs Bay at the back of us here. All this area where they would have done some reclaiming of the land here to put these approach lights here at the Argyle International Airport site. Now these are two more sections we have up here further in, and from what I'm seeing, it could very well be that they're gonna have the lights also here, similar to what we have behind there, because here we have one of the anchors, and on either side we have two more anchors, and right here we have two boxes, concrete platforms, and already we see we have one of the yellow fitting here in which the pole will be screwed for this light. And now here we are further up, closer to the fencing. The fencing is just behind me. We have two similar platforms here, just like the one we have down there. And we also have the light. But from where I'm standing here and looking back, I see where we have this yellow one. This yellow one seems to be right in line with the center pole down there. So I am still wondering if it's only one pole they're going to put, because I'm only seeing one yellow platform, one yellow fitting here for the pole, but I can't say yet for sure. But when I stand at this position, center of this one just in front of me, and I look straight down, I can see them in line with the pole. So probably what could be the case, that these lights will continue to mark the center line so that the aircraft can have a guide heading towards the airport. Now the place is very dry and dusty, and because I'm on the south side, all the wind is blowing towards the south, and when the trucks pass, it's very unbearable. I can't even face the dust, and I have to protect my camera from the dust every time they pass. And this is the situation here when it is dry out here at the side. Here we have another light in position, and from this light I can see right in line with the center of the runway. Now I want to believe that this second one here is what taking the cables down to the site. That is what I want to believe, but I'm not quite sure. But from what I'm seeing, this one with the yellow fitting at the bottom here is in line with the center of the runway, just like the others behind me that we just looked at. So let us assume that where we have this one on the left, it is actually where the approach, the continuation of the light, the guiding light will be, to give the pilot an indication as to where the center of the runway is. And now we are here at the end of the stopway, and the stopway is that asphalt area south of the turning head itself. And here we have one more of the lights, and if you look carefully as I pan with you right up, this light is right direct center with the center line of the runway strip. So there is one here, another one just behind me, and further down we have two. Then we have all 11 approach lights, and these lights that we're seeing here, like this one and the others behind me, they are dead center with the light that we have down at the end overlooking the sea. Well, now we have the guys working on the drain. At one moment I thought it was coming out in this area, but it looks as though it has taken a new route. And now you're seeing the guys here doing the blocks work, taking the drain down to link up to that of the 191. And then all this area will be filled up and our fencing work will come in. It could very well be that the fencing work will pass just in the area where we have this drain and link up back to the building. So we are seeing now the light poles that will be holding the lamps to light this roadway, the entrance roadway coming into the site here at the Argyle airport. Here is our taxi hut, and you see that the top part that has been plastered is whitewashed paint, but below where you're seeing the blocks, that area no doubt will be done with stoneworks. A couple of weeks ago we had the close board on the roof. Now we have the galvanized sheeting already placed. So the guys are currently inside doing the plastering of the inside. So in the next couple of weeks from now, by the end of this month or thereabout, this hut should be completed. Here where they're going to build one of the hangars, I believe is the Mustic Airways. We already see the foundation is being dug here, the trench for the foundation wall, and it's actually 12 o'clock right now, so nobody is here working, but this is just to give you an idea as to what is taking place here regarding the hangar. The first of what I believe is 4 hangars is already on its way, and as the work progresses out here regarding this aspect of the work, I will gonna bring you update as to what is taking place here regarding the hangar. Now here we are at this area where they're doing the terracing. If you can remember, a couple of weeks ago, all this bankside was just overlooking the cargo terminal building and the electrical substation. Now you can see the significant difference here. Remember, a few weeks ago I showed you some stakes placed in this area, and I told you that these stakes represent some sort of earthworks that are going to be taking place, and I was wondering if actually they're going to terrace the area to look like the one behind me, where they would have already done just below the control tower area. But now you're seeing for yourself what has actually taken place here over the past week. Now over there in the distance, where you have that yellow caterpillar, there is where we're going to have the continuation of the drainage works that will be linking up to the drain on the eastern side of the apron, and to take the water from off the main road back over to the north into the 191. Now the question has been asked how they're going to do the fencing work in this area to link it back up to the frontier, but I am not quite sure, and all of this we'll have to wait and see. On the ground there, just on the air side of the cargo terminal building, they're doing the fitting with the pipes, the waste pipe and all the other pipes, the runoff pipes from the roof. They bring the water down to the ground and they're channeling it into the soakaway that they have at the bottom. Now this is the area here where we saw the caterpillar earlier up in the week, about 3 Saturdays ago, packing stone up here. I don't know why. I look at it and say it's a sort of soakaway. The water from that area comes down there, so I don't know if to catch the water to soak. I am not yet quite sure, but that is what I want to believe. Now on the hill up there where we have the control tower, I believe that they would have started the road works some time ago. I went up there, they were putting down the base stones. I am now here at the entrance of the roadway to go up to the control tower. They are doing work on this roadway. They're putting in the drainage system. We have already had stones being laid down here, and very soon we'll have all of this roadway asphalted and everything set and ready for the vehicular traffic that will be coming up in this area going towards the control tower. Now we are here where they're building the roadway. Actually the concrete works are going in place. And on my right here, no doubt it will be a drainage system to take the water off down to the roadside. These PVC pipe you see right there, those are taking water from off the roof, running it onto the road actually right now. So when the drainage system is finished, all the water will be channeled into the drain. It's currently lunchtime and the guys are on lunch break. And I am still here working as usual. I'll take my break when it is time. It's about 20 minutes to 1 right now. This is our control tower right here on my left. Already built here, quite, I should say, finished about more than a year and a half now. And down there you can see all the taxiways and what they're doing right now, as far as I can see from this distance on the Charlie Taxiway. They would have done some second coating of the Charlie Taxiway, and the asphalt paver is out there right now, and I am not quite sure if they're going to do any asphalt work this afternoon, but I can see the asphalt paver ready in position, and that tells me most likely they're going to do some work. The Charlie, the Bravo and the Alpha Taxiway, those areas have already had their second coat. Alright, so finishing touches are going on, and very soon we'll be touching down at the AIA. Now if you can recall, about 3 Saturdays ago or thereabout, we spoke about the drainage in this area. Remember the one that is coming all the way from the cargo building coming across there? I told you that this drain is going to come down here and link up to this one that is passing in front of the terminal building on the air side. Now here you are, you can see for yourself exactly what has taken place right here. So what is likely to be happening here is that they're going to put in the lip, and then you're going to have some of those concrete slabs, just as what we have over on the other side over there, covering over this drain in this particular area. And the continuation of this drain to the end will have the metal covering like this one in front of us here is going to come off to the end. So this is the progress of the work that we have in this area, and this is south. This is on the northern end of that area where we have going to have the hangars. This is where this drain is. So all the water coming off from the main road, from the drain, this emergency road coming down here, and this road up here just in the area going up to the taxi hut there. All this water going to come down and end up in this drain that is going to the north, just in front of the terminal building, the passenger terminal building, over to the north into the 191. Just a while ago, while on top of the hill where the control tower is, I told you that it looks as though they're going to do some asphalting work because the asphalt paver is in position. Well, I was correct. From where I'm at here on the apron, looking across to the area where they have the runway, where the asphalt paver is, I can see one of the trucks coming towards the asphalt paver, loaded with asphalt. So what is going to happen now? They're going to continue the paving of the Charlie Taxiway from on top of the hill up there. It looks to me as if they would have done some asphalting work already on the second layer of asphalting work on the Charlie Taxiway. And from here where I'm at, I can see that they're continuing the works in that area where they have not done as yet. So very soon we're going to see some new development here happening here on this area of the Charlie Taxiway. Now this area here where we have the Charlie Taxiway crossing the Alpha Taxiway, linking up towards the apron, this area has not yet been coated with the second layer of asphalt so far, because they're coming in from the runway itself on the Charlie Taxiway, and all here, this area where I'm standing on, going back to the north, has to have its second layer of asphalted road. Now they would have gotten up to this point here with the second layer of the asphalting road, okay, and around this the grass, the area where they're gonna have the grass, all around that area have already been asphalted up to this point, not too far from the Charlie Taxiway. So when they come around with the asphalting work on the Charlie Taxiway, then they're going to complete this area of the Alpha Taxiway going towards the north, because from where I'm standing here, south of the shoulder area of the Charlie Taxiway, just behind me is to the point to where they would have gotten with the asphalting work of the second layer on this, the Alpha Taxiway. So from here where I'm standing, going back to the north in that area where we have those trucks up there, this area is yet to have its second coating of asphalt. From what we're seeing here, this is the last piece that they're doing of the runway. It's of the taxiway itself, the Charlie Taxiway. What is left on the outside, that will be the shoulder area. So they are coming towards the apron, which is behind me. But right here where they are, where they have stopped, where you have this stop here, where they have stopped with the asphalting, if you look straight down, it is more or less in line with where we have the shoulder area of the taxiway that has been done down at the bottom side down there. So this is what they're doing now. The truck is currently up there putting on the asphalt down into the asphalt paver, and I'm going to draw myself closer, but I'm going on the outer side, so I'm going to take you closer to the work that is taking place up there currently. So what you have here, all those stumps there you see on the ground, this is where the line, this is the guideline that they have done here all the way down. So this is the guide that the asphalt paver will be using as they do the asphalting work, coming straight down here to where I'm at. So here we are at a little bit closer to where the work is going on. All here, no doubt, you're going to get its second coating. Alright. I am here at the compound of the aircraft rescue and firefighting station. I simply put it as the fire station. Kill all the different wordings. But we have had some concrete works done here over the past week. And all where we have this concrete works seems to be a part of the fire station compound. Now, we have fencing on the side up there already started, and no doubt this fencing will be coming all the way down. And how far down, I'm not sure, but currently no concrete works is taking place here on the site, and apparently they are out of cement right now, so no concrete works is really going on. They have a shortage of cement, so hopefully in the next 2 weeks or so we should see the continuation of the concrete works. We still have some more concrete works to be done in a small area over there, and at other areas on the site we have concrete works. So for the time being there isn't any cement, so therefore no concrete works will be taking place here on the site. But some of the guys who are involved in the concrete work, some of them were sent home until the cement comes, and some other guys, they are doing other works around the site, like putting up the fencing and so forth. So this is the position so far here. as you can see, but quite a lot of concrete work was done here over the past week. This is the point to where the second layer of base stone coming from the south has gotten to in the first set of stone laying. Now they are working from the north coming towards this point with the stone laying for the foundation of the asphalt work. So they're coming towards this stake right in front of us here. That is what they're working on. So all the hair in this area going back, most of it, all of it actually would have had the first layer of stone. So now what is happening right now, they are laying down the second layer of stone coming towards this end. And we know very soon that area coming down from the south of the Petroglyph Hill will have, where the roadway is, will have to be closed off so that they could have the work continuing along here on the runway itself with the second layer of stone. Well, as you can see here, the new development, this is where we have the end of the 220 on the eastern side, and the fencing has to pass in this area. Now we are seeing something, I am not quite sure as to what they're going to do here, but we know the fencing has to pass in this area. But we are seeing some steel matting laid down here, only awaiting the concrete. But no concrete will be poured here in a while. We also have to have the side built up, because where those steel up, I am not yet sure if they're going to box it up and concrete this area. But we'll wait and see as to what develops here. Remember, sometime last week when I passed in this area, I showed you where they had poured the concrete and all of that. Now we're seeing what is taking place here right now. So as time progresses, we are going to see and get to understand better what is going on here. But we know for sure that the fencing for the perimeter of this site will be passing right in this area where we have 220. Now we are here at the northwestern side of the site where they would have already put up the fencing poles, and now they are installing the meshes. The guys are actually on the northeastern side down there where you see that blue truck. They are putting up the meshes coming up on this side, but nothing is happening other than the guys putting up the fencing. Nothing else is happening up here. And we have the poles here, and this little area that we're looking at where we have the drain, I'm now beginning to wonder how they're going to really block that area, because this, a dog can enter from under the drain and come through here. So most likely they're going to put a grill or something there to block any stray animals from coming through there and coming on the side. But I am only assuming that is what they're going to do. I don't know, but as you look at that space there, you could come to the same conclusion as I have. How they're going to prevent animals from coming through there, most likely they're going to block it. Now you see here these fencing poles, they would have put them into the siding of the outside wall here, and I am on the northwestern side. I'm going back to the south, and you see where they would have planted these poles. They would have done this sort of work down at the Makoniami hillside where they have done the drain, and this area where you have the blocks run here, this was supposed to be done similar to what they have done here. But the problem is, you may wonder, well, how come they have not done this? It's because they don't have any cement to mix the concrete. Basically that's it. So they are waiting on a shipment of cement to complete these work, to do this planting of these poles and so forth. But they have completed the whole drain here on the northwestern side or western side, coming all the way little above north of the 220 and running all back into the north drain over here. just behind me. So you see all the work there. Most of the work they would have done in the drainage system. About 2 Saturdays ago, I came here. They were busily getting this work done, laying down the blocks and so forth. And now I come back here 2 Saturdays after. You are seeing the work that they would have done. Now the mason guys, there are other areas doing work where they can do work with just ordinary cement, but they don't have any cement here actually to mix the concrete to do other works. Like for example, the continuation of the laying down of these poles for the fencing work on this area. This has not been done. They could have very well put the fencing work in between, just as they have done it up there on the outer wall, but I don't know why they have not done it. And this wall is not actually a straight wall, it has some curves coming down, and I don't know. And maybe if they would have done that, if they had done that, then all the fencing pole would have been up already in this area, but I don't know the reason why, only they can tell. So because that was not done, now they have to start putting the fencing on the outer side here, and I don't know how they're going to do this. I am seeing some stakes being placed here on the bank side here. I don't know if they're going to bring the fencing out to where these stakes are. I don't know, but what I have seen in the line that they're coming, they're having some problems with the holes that they're digging to plant the poles, and maybe they're going to go up on the bank there. I don't know, but we'll have to watch and see. As soon as they get the concrete, as soon as they get the cement, we're going to see how they're going to go with this fencing work here on the western side. So here in this area going back towards the 220, we see where they would have also planted some poles for the fencing going back down towards the south. So you are seeing the development of the work that took place here 2 Saturdays ago, because I didn't come this when I visited, make my short visit last week Saturday across this area. This wasn't here, but you saw where they had the steels put in place, and and the holes already dug actually, and I give you an idea as to how they're going about it with the fencing. So now you are seeing for yourself where this work, but no fencing work, no planting of poles, no laying down of boxing for concrete for the poles is going on, all because they do not have the cement to do that aspect of the work. So the guys are actually putting up the meshes for the fencing. The guys who really deal with this foundation work here for the planting of the poles, they are now putting up some mesh on the north side here until the cement comes, which should be in the next 2 weeks, 2 weeks or thereabout, before they continue with the work. So they are heading towards the Petroglyph Hill, and as you can see from here up there, the hill is coming down nicely. The drill is on the hill right now, both of them. Now that the Makani Hill, the blasting of that hill and the drilling is completed, both drill are concentrating now on the top here on this hill to bring down this hill so that they can have a fencing work going towards where it is supposed to be passing on top of that hill here, going to link up back on the other side. This is how far they have gotten, and they can't go any further until they get the necessary material to continue with the work, and that is the cement. But what they can do in the meantime, they can put down the boxing and wait until they get the cement. But probably they will wait until the time is closer. In the meantime, they are putting up the meshes, which will make sense. They put up the meshes on the spaces here where they would have already laid down poles to keep animals out. I am on top of the Petroglyph Hill looking back down on the runway, and over there in the distance I can't say yet for sure what is going to take place, but when I get closer I will have a better understanding. I have seen the asphalt oil truck over there, so it could very well be that it's going to start spraying that area for the commencement of the first layer of asphalt work. As I can see here right in front of me, where we have some stakes placed, I can see some black marking, and earlier up on my way up I saw the truck there, and the gentleman was spraying it with that hose, the extended hose, where we have those sticks. But when I get closer I'm going to give you a better idea as to what is taking place. But currently we have the stone laying machine continuing with the stone lane, and it's going as far as to that point where they're now using as a roadway to get to Waroko and to the IDC office, where you see that truck is passing there. They are stopping at that point. But as soon as that area is closed off, they will continue on towards the other side where they're going to do the completion work. Now on top of the Petroglyph Hill here, they have been drilled a lot of holes, and here you have the edge of the Petroglyph Hill, and all the way back here, I don't know if you can see where you see those cardboard with the stone resting it. Those are areas where holes have already been dug, been drilled, and they're covered so that nothing will get down in between the holes. There you have one of them. You can see right through the space there. That is to prevent debris from going back down into the hole, because it's through those holes they have to place the explosive and stuff it back with stones, small gravel stones, and then they do the actual work. Now that the two drills are up, and I'm not too sure if they're working right now. They're not doing any drilling on the hill currently, but the two drills are on the hill here right now. It looks as though the yellow one is being fixed. We're back up there, and this one is down here, but no drilling is taking place. But they would have already drilled a lot of holes here, and for the week gone, this week here, they would have done a lot of blasting on the side down there, because I've seen a whole chunk, a big chunk came down there from what they blast last week, because this week rather, because they would have finished the Makonyami Hill, and now the concentration is on this hill. There's a wide areas. As I look around, you can see all those areas where you're seeing the cardboard with a stone rest on it. All of these holes are already drilled. You can see the dust that come out from the drilling of the hole, all in this area. And very soon we're gonna have the guys putting in the explosive in this hole, and by the time I come back here next week, I won't be able to be walking in this area. I will have to be higher up, because all this area will be gone. With these stones that you're seeing in front of you here, these are the stones that they use to fill up the hole after they put the explosive down into the holes that they drill. They use these stones to cover back the hole, ram it, and then with one fuse, they have all the fuse connected, and with one fuse they do one blasting. So I'm giving you an idea as to the area that we have, right from where you have that cardboard there just below, where you have the orange container. Right in that area there, you can see all go back to the edge. Right up there is where they have placed drill the holes for the explosive. Now we have had the first layer of asphalt here on this side, and you see they have cut out where they would have ended. So from all indication, it could very well be that soon they're gonna start spraying this area where we're going to have some first base asphalt lane very soon. All this area has been done with the second layer of base stone. On this area that we have already had the first layer, this was done recently. We have the tractor there with the broom in front sweeping off all the stones here from this side. And it could very well be that not too long from now, the oil truck, which is up here on the side, you could see it start spraying this area in preparation for the next stage in the asphalt lane on the north side of the runway, heading towards the south. So quite a considerable amount of base stones have been laid between this point where they would have already done the asphalt work and heading down to the area where the vehicles are using to get to Warako and the IADC office. Up to that point where the roadway is, they are heading to that point where the base stone. Now on top of the Petrocliff Hill, I'm now on the flat looking back, and you can see the amount of stones that came down in the last blasting during this week. The trucks are there moving the stones away, taking them up to the northeastern side. The oil truck just gone down towards the edge down there. And I can't say yet for sure, but based on what I'm seeing, I want to believe that he's going to start to do some spraying from that end, come back up to the point to where they would have gotten to with the asphalt work. But let us wait and see what is happening. The driver just put the spray section, that attachment at the back, he just dealt with it there, and we're going to see precisely what going to take place here. I position myself on the eastern side because if he's going to spray and the wind is blowing towards the west, if I stay on the western side, most likely the spray will come on me. So I am going to wait and see. I am drawing closer. Now all where I'm walking here, you can see the Petrocliff Hill in the back. I have already crossed over the where we have the 220 tunnel, and I am going down this side. We see all here have already had its second layer of base stone. So what is going to take place now as I speak with you, most likely is going to be the spraying of these stones. That will be the next stage, after which we're going to have the asphalt lane here on the site. They were out of asphalt oil over the past week, but they have gotten a good bit now, so we're going to see a lot of asphalt work taking place here on the site this week going into the next week. Now we are at the area where the spray has been sprayed, and no doubt here is where we're going to have some stakes being placed. As you can see, this red one here, and this is being covered. Right between that red is one of the wooden stakes, right? And there you have the truck. As I told you, the truck is actually spraying this area where we have the stone lane. So this is the beginning of what is to come later on. We are going to have this area having its first layer of asphalt after the truck's finished lane. As you can see, the starting of this work here, there is a truck going towards the north. I am not sure if it is going onto that area where they have already done the first layer of asphalt, or they're just going to stop where the first layer has ended. But this is what is taking place here now. I don't know exactly what they're going to do in this area. But this is the area north of the 191, this area where we just had some clearing and filling up. But I am seeing stakes placed here. We have some on the right and some right in front of me here on the left side. And wherever you see stakes planted is an indication that something is going to take place. But what exactly it is, I don't know as yet. But I can guarantee you that as time goes by, I will get to know exactly what is taking place here. Because coming here every week, as the work unfolds, I get to know exactly what is taking place here. But I just wanted to give you an idea as to the fact that something is going to happen here. And when I tell you something is going to happen, believe me, something is going to happen. Because unless something is not going to happen here, we wouldn't have stakes like these being placed there on the side to demarcate something that is going to take place. It could very well be a part of the fencing, but I don't know as yet. But as you can see, this area is earmarked for some sort of development. Exactly what it is, I don't know as yet, but we are going to find out whatever it is they're going to do here, whenever it starts, we are going to find out exactly what it is. Now, I once told you that based on what I'm seeing here, that the drain is going to come down here. Actually, they start the drain, but the drain is going to come out somewhere at the top in those bushes which you can't see. So curiosity caused me to ask, then why have they rechanneled the drainage? And I was told that they're going to put some sort of structure here in this area where the drain should have been passed. They're going to put a structure here, but what exactly it is, I don't know. I don't know if it's the parking lot they're going to put here where they're going to have the solar panels. I don't know as yet. But the drainage system, no doubt, will be passing somewhere in the back there where you have, just beyond this earthworks here, we're going to have the drain passing in that area. Well, the guys have already started to build the blocks work so that the water could channel into the gutter area there and then down through the 191. I am not sure if they're going to continue with the drainage, the concrete blocks work right down to the end, or if they're just going to allow the water to flow just so. But we're going to watch and see what transpires here. But in the meantime, this is what is taking place here. And it is after 4, and the guys are finished with their work for today. Finally, the Makani Yami Hill has come down to where it is supposed to be. Now you can see all the way up there. But what I have noticed now, I'm passing this area earlier up, when I say earlier up, like last month or so, or 2 weeks ago, I couldn't come here and stand because there was this big mountain. But what I'm seeing here, where you see those cardboards there with the stone resting them, is where they have drilled, and no doubt some blasting going to be done here to take down this bluff. They are down flat, but you know these are some hard rocks still, and you want to bring it to a sloping level, sloping towards the bank side. So all of these stones that you're seeing here, these rocky areas, will be blasted sometime in the week coming up. As you can see, we have the compactor doing the compaction here. What has happened is that they have brought dirt here, dump it, and is now compacting the dirt. All where you have the dirt now dumped will be grassed, so you will have a green grass area coming all the way back to the bank side here. Now, not too long from now, we're going to start to see the work on the fencing coming in this area to link up to that area where we have down on the south. Now, the bluff that you're seeing in front of us here is actually from a slippage of the bank side coming down, so that wouldn't be a problem clearing. It's not hard rocks to be blasted, It's just that after they would have done the terracing of this bank side, what seemed to have happened is that some of the dirt from above the whole bank slipped down. So not too long from now we're gonna have a little bit of blasting in this area, and then the clearing of all these rubbles from here, and then we're gonna start see the construction of the drainage and the erection of the fencing and the pipes for the fuel farm heading all the way down. Now this is just on the southwestern side of the site, and I am not sure what they're going to put here. I assume it has to do with Rubis, with the fuel coming from the Stubbs Bay, and it could very well be the pump station. I don't know, but this is a foundation that is being dug here. Now the fuel pipe for Rubis, this is as far as where it has gotten to, heading towards the Stubbs Bay. Now the question we maybe ask, how is the fuel going to be pumped up to the tanks? Probably they're going to build something here, but I don't know. But this is a cut open, a roadway. This could very well be a roadway for them to get to the site, to the sea area. I am not sure if it's this direction the fuel pipes are going to take to get down to the Stubbs Bay. I don't know as yet, but as time progresses we are going to see exactly what is happening. But this is just to give you an idea as to where this thing is located. Right here at the southwestern side, and down here we have the Stubbs Bay, and all this area here is a roadway that the vehicles use to get down to the bottom where they are dumping the stones. So let us wait and see what happens before anything. But the fact that you see a foundation has been dug here, it is an indication that some sort of structure is going to go up. And my assumption is that they're going to put something, maybe a pump station for the fuel coming from the Stubbs Bay to go up to the fuel farm.